Would you ever jump into a van with a bunch of strangers and head off into the wilderness? Because I did. 60% of solo travelers say they have done it, but only 1 in 3 say they will do it again. And let me tell you, absolutely not what I expected. G'day everyone, welcome. Today I will be sharing a story of how I found myself saying yes to one of the riskiest and most rewarding travel decisions I have ever made. It had started with one idea, that was, what if your best memories have not happened yet? Because you have not met the people you make them with. I decided to join a group tour. I did not know the people, barely understood the itinerary. I just trusted the process. Today is the story of how I ended up traveling with people I had never met before. Not just for a day or two, but for a whole week. I joined a group adventure tour after asking myself one big question. What if the best stories of my life haven't happened yet? Because I haven't met the people who'll be in them. I said yes, and I got far more than I bargained for. So here's how it worked. My adventure began when I signed up for a pre-organized group tour. I didn't know a single person before arriving, but that was part of the excitement. We all met at the starting point, a mix of nervous energy and anticipation in the air as we introduced ourselves and sized up our soon-to-be travel companions. The group was a blend of solo travelers and friends, all looking for a shared experience. The setup was simple: 1 van, 1 guide, and 8 strangers who would soon become friends. Our guide was not just a driver, but also our navigator, storyteller, and sometimes even a mediator when opinions clashed. Accommodation was always an adventure in itself. We rotated between hostels, cozy shared cabins, and for one memorable night, a glamping tent that smelled suspiciously like wet socks. Each place had its own charm, and its own set of challenges, from creaky bunk beds to questionable plumbing. Our transport. The same trusty van every single day. It became our mobile home, our base for snacks, naps, and endless conversations as we rolled through changing landscapes. That meant a lot of shared playlists, some better than others. Snack swaps from all over the world, and let's just say some very open conversations about everything from travel mishaps to life dreams. The van rides were where we really bonded. I chose this type of trip because it offered the perfect balance between structure and spontaneity. There was a set itinerary, but plenty of room for us to make decisions as a group, whether to linger at a waterfall or explore a hidden cafe. The schedule gave us direction, but every day was shaped by our choices and personalities. That is what made the trip so memorable. Structured enough to see the highlights, but flexible enough to let us create our own stories along the way. Day 1 was like walking into a party where nobody knows if it is casual or dress up. Everyone tried to be polite. There were name games. And one guy brought a drone and instantly became the unofficial tech support guy. But awkwardness, I embraced it. Because it is part of the deal. Strangers are just friends, in early loading screens. Then came the moments you do not plan for, the ones that sneak up on you and end up being the stories you tell for years. These are the times that do not make it onto the itinerary, but somehow become the highlight of the whole trip. It is funny how the best memories are often the ones you never saw coming. Like that hike we started. Thinking it would be a quick stroll, but it turned into a 3-hour detour through the woods. We got lost, sure, but we also found ourselves laughing at our own sense of direction, or lack thereof. We wandered off the beaten path, literally, and ended up discovering a hidden waterfall none of us knew existed. Somewhere along the way, we sat down in a circle surrounded by trees and started talking. Really talking. It was like an impromptu group therapy session, where everyone felt safe enough to share stories, dreams, and even a few fears. The forest became our confessional, and the laughter and honesty brought us closer together. Then there was that riverside picnic. Someone just happened to have a ukulele, and before we knew it, music filled the air. The sun was setting, the water was sparkling, and it felt like time had slowed down just for us. We sang 90s songs. Badly, but with so much heart. Our voices were off-key, but our spirits were high. We laughed at ourselves and with each other, and for a moment it felt like we were kids again, without a care in the world. And then there was that one morning, when we all woke up early and climbed a hilltop to watch the sun rise. We did not say a word. We just sat there side by side, wrapped in blankets, watching the sky change colours. It was a rare kind of silence, one that said everything without needing words. In that quiet, we felt connected, not just to each other, but to the world around us. It was a reminder that sometimes the most powerful moments are the ones you simply experience together, without trying to capture them or make them perfect. These moments did not come from perfect planning or carefully crafted schedules. They happened because we allowed ourselves to be open to the unexpected, to let go of control, and to just be present with each other. That's the real magic of travel. The freedom to let go, to embrace the unknown, and to find joy in the moments that unfold when you least expect them. Thinking of doing a trip like this? Group travel is one of the most rewarding ways to see the world, but it definitely comes with its own set of challenges and surprises. Whether you are planning a weekend getaway with friends or a month-long adventure with your crew, a little bit of planning and a few smart choices can make all the difference between a trip you will never forget and one you wish you could. So if you are gearing up for a group adventure, here is what I would tell you to make it smooth, fun, and memorable. First off, communication is everything. Before you even book anything, get everyone on the same page about the vibe of the trip, the budget, and what everyone wants to do. Trust me, a quick group chat or video call can save you from a lot of awkward moments later on. For accommodation, go for mixed stays. Hostels are super social and they're perfect for meeting new people, sharing stories, and even picking up tips from other travellers. Plus, they are usually budget-friendly, which is a huge win for groups. But do not underestimate the value of a cozy cabin or an eco-lodge. These places give you some breathing space, a chance to unwind, and a bit of privacy when you need it. Sometimes, after a long day of exploring, all you want is a quiet spot to recharge with your friends. And always check reviews. Look for traveller photos, not just those polished marketing ones. Real photos show you what you're actually getting into, and honest reviews can clue you in on things like noise, cleanliness, and whether the Wi-Fi actually works. It's easy to get fooled by a fancy listing, but those candid shots from fellow travellers are where you'll find the truth. If you see a place with only professional photos and no guest feedback, maybe think twice. For transport. A group van is great for bonding, sharing playlists, and making spontaneous stops along the way. There's something about road tripping together that brings everyone closer, and you'll have plenty of stories to tell. But honestly, don't be afraid to book the occasional Uber or shuttle if you need some alone time. It's totally normal to want a break from the group, and solo rides can give you a chance to recharge or just enjoy a little peace and quiet. When you're traveling with strangers, or even solo plans don't always stick. That's why I swear by apps like Rome to Rio, which shows you every possible way to get from A to B. Planes, trains, buses, ferries, even rideshares. And if you need to get somewhere fast and flexible, BlaBlaCar connects you with drivers heading your way. Perfect when you miss a bus or just want company for the ride. In Europe, Omio is a great one for last-minute train or bus bookings. Super handy when the group changes plans mid-trip. I have also used Flixbus for budget-friendly rides across countries, and Maps.me saved us more than once when we had zero signal and needed offline directions. Trust me. Having these apps in your pocket can turn a travel hiccup into a new adventure. When it comes to the outdoors, pack layers. Weather can change fast, especially if you're hiking or camping, so bring clothes you can add or remove easily. It's way better to have an extra jacket than to be shivering on a mountaintop. And seriously, bring bug spray. Do not be the person who forgets bug spray. Nothing ruins a group hike faster than everyone getting eaten alive by mosquitoes because someone left the repellent at home. Also, a portable phone charger is like absolute gold. With all the photos, maps, and group chats, your phone battery will drain faster than you think. Having a power bank means you will never miss a moment, or get lost because your phone died. So, pack smart, communicate well, and embrace the adventure. Group trips are all about making memories together, and with a little planning, you will have the time of your life. Want to really level up your group travel game? Bring a deck of cards or a small game. Icebreaker gold. Keep a trip journal. Even just a few lines a night. You'll thank yourself later. And offer to help the driver or guide. Even small things like picking music or snacks. It builds goodwill fast. Also, if you want personal space, headphones and a good book are magic. One night we camped under the stars. No Wi-Fi. No plans. Just a fire, conversation, and stories that hit deeper than expected. That is when I realized the best kind of travel changes you. Not just where you are, but how you feel and who you let in. Strangers became something more. Not forever friends. Maybe, but unforgettable ones. Would I do it again? Yes. Would I pack less stuff and more snacks? Also, yes. Next time, I would build in a day or two after the trip just to unwind. Stranger travel is rich, but it's a lot. And I will tell anyone thinking about it. Be curious. Be safe. Be open. But mostly, just go. Would you ever travel with strangers? Honestly, I wasn't sure I would, but some of my best memories came from saying yes to the unknown and letting go of the plan. If you've ever taken a chance like that, I'd love to hear your story. Drop your stories in the comments. The weird, the wonderful, the unforgettable. And thanks for sharing this journey with me. Until next time. Thank you for watching. And remember, the world is full of strangers just waiting to become part of your story.